Welcome to r/Choosingbeggars, where a couple of entitled choosing beggars miss their flight because they can't follow simple instructions. Our first Reddit post is from Uribot. And this monstrosity is a resume. Megan Blank, authorized to work in the US of A. Yes, she actually wrote US of A instead of USA. Willing to work 3 to 5 days a week. Very dependable. Must be off by 3:30 every day. And the earliest I'm willing to work is 10 a.m. Cannot work with mayonnaise. It grosses me out. And that's it. That's the whole resume. Our next Reddit post is from SpeedySneeze. Hey, I'm Emily and I currently go to blank. I am struggling a lot in English at the moment and I am trying to find a tutor that can help me with my assignments. I am in year 11 and live in blank, but I am happy to do tutoring in the library at school. I would love to meet you as soon as you can. Hi Emily, thank you for the message, smiley face. I'm available for tutoring on Monday and Wednesday afternoons, meeting at blank, or weekends, can meet either at your house or the blank library. Let me know what suits you best. I would like to do it at school. My friend Ash and I both wanted to do it, so would you be able to do both of us for the same price at the same time? No problem. I can't do 2 for the price of 1 because it will mean extra work for me. But I can give you a discount if you'd both like to do it at the same time. My normal rate is $35 per hour per person, but I'm happy to bring it down to $25 each. Does this sound okay? I will talk to my dad and get back to you. Okay, smiley face. Then her dad texts OP. Hi, this is Emily's dad. She contacted you about tutoring. Would you be able to do both girls for $35? They're both in high school still and can't pay that much. Regards, John. Hi John, my normal tutoring rate is $35 per hour per person. I told Emily I'd be happy to tutor her and her friend for $25 each. I took into account that although I will be tutoring 2 people at once, which means more work for me, this also means I won't be able to give each one my individual attention. Therefore, I think $25 each is a fair price. No, $35. $35 each? I did offer $25, but if you'd like to raise my rate, that's fine by me. Please, Emily is struggling with English and needs your help. She is only in high school and can't afford that much. Regards. Yes, and I'm a university student and have to pay for my own expenses. Sorry, but I've already offered to lower my rate. She needs a tutor. She will fail because of you. Dumb jerk. When the dad says dumb jerk, it's not really clear if he's referring to his daughter or OP. I like to think that he's referring to his daughter. She sucks at English, that dumb jerk. Our next Reddit post is from trashwizardnyc. 8-foot trampoline, free. Free, come get it. Works great. No cuts or tears. Where was it made? Who has been on it? Very particular on what my kids touch. It's free, you turd. Our next Reddit post is from madammayorislove. Oh man, the pool thing caused my aunt and uncle so much stress. Some people think that a pool at a neighbor's house equals neighborhood pool and would just send their kids over wearing a swimsuit. No asking first, just, hey, here I am. My aunt ended up telling everyone that parents could come and bring their kids swimming, as long as they stayed with them the entire time. But no uninvited drop-offs or walk-ups. Man, a few people got so pissed off. They truly felt entitled to have her lifeguard and sunscreen and feed their kids. This comment from JBJBA1234 down in the comments. We have a pool and a trampoline in our backyard. One day, one of our neighbor's kids literally just walked in our front door into our kitchen, uninvited, found my mom and yelled, I heard you guys got a pool. Alright, today I learned never install a pool or trampoline in your backyard. Our next Reddit post is from rzotten. Why aren't you replying on WhatsApp? Oh, sorry, I hardly go on there. What's up? Can you watch over Lily? My aunt told me she'll pay $30 if I watch over Lily tonight. I said okay, but now I have plans with Ryan and Ari. I'll give you half, so like 15 for you, 15 for me if you watch over Lily. WTF? Shouldn't I get the whole 30 if I'm watching over her? No, I really need the money. Just do it for me this once, please. No, I'm actually going out with Dad today, so I can't. Maybe ask someone else? There is no one else to ask. OMG, please. I really need this. I can't, okay? I'm sorry. You should have asked me earlier. That's not my fault. WTF, I effing hate you. You're such a dumb jerk of a sister. F you, don't bother talking to me either. This reminds me of another Reddit post that I read on some subreddit and I can't remember where it was. But basically this IT dude had gotten hired from some big company to write code. But instead of doing his job, he just sent all of his tasks to some like coding company in India and paid them like 25% of his salary to do the work for him. And then he submitted their work to his company. And meanwhile, he just spent all of his time at the office browsing Reddit. Eventually he got caught and got fired. But here's the kicker. All of the code that he submitted was spotless, which kind of boggles the mind. If he was doing a good job, even in a weird way, why fire him? Our next Reddit post is from Hedwigisbae. Dating me equals $1,100 a month. Rent is $300. My nails, $100. My hair, $100. Taking me shopping, at least $300. Utilities, $200. Spending money, $100. If you date me, my bills are a package deal. Either you support me or GTFO, heart. So, you know all those tropical animals like poison dart frogs that are bright colors, which are a warning sign to other animals, meaning, don't touch this thing or you will regret it. I feel like posts like this are the dating equivalent of a neon orange poison dart frog. Our next Reddit post is from LtlPwny. Hi, can you take me today? Let me know ASAP, otherwise I'll have to go elsewhere. Hello, can you please answer me? You're my first choice, but I will go elsewhere if need be. I guess you don't want my business. As a longtime client, I am extremely disappointed. I will not return as a client due to this behavior on your part. And just to be clear, all these messages occurred over the course of an hour and a half. Hi, I'm sorry, I was sleeping. I'm off today, but if you'd like, I can see you tomorrow. Can you take me today? No, I'm off today. I have tomorrow, Thursday, or Saturday available. I need it for today. Can you make an exception for me? No, I'm sorry. I have plans with my kids today. I can refer you to someone else? I don't want to go elsewhere. I can bring my daughter, she's 16. She can watch them for the hour if you need. I really can't today. I can come right now or anytime, maybe when you get back. It's important that I get my lashes done today. Huh? My day with my kids is very important as well, and I won't know when I'm coming back and don't want to cut the day short. You're making me very uncomfortable continuously asking me when I keep saying no. Jerk! Worst customer service! What's the point of being a loyal client if it won't pay off? Such a jerk! Our next Reddit post is from Funzy Bob. A while back, this one. Some background though. I'd once driven a friend who didn't wear their seatbelt and copped a $300 fine for it. On to the story. A family friend's son needed a lift to the airport early one morning for a long planned trip. I lived about 10 miles from their place, and the 30-mile trip I was taking to work the opposite direction took me right past the airport. So it was a bit of extra time out of the morning. 15 miles to the west to pick up the sons, then 45 miles east instead of 30 east. But they begged and both phoned me, so I said I was good to give them a lift. I turned up in the morning, loaded up their gear and the sons both in the car, and said goodbye to their parents, and we took off. Drove a few miles up the freeway and my seatbelt alert starts pinging. Son 1 in the front seat had taken off his seatbelt. I asked him to put it on and he goes, "Nah, I don't do seatbelts." So I pulled over, looked at the other son in the back seat, which didn't have alarms, and sure enough, he'd taken off his belt too. Then the arguing started. I was blunt as I could be that I'm not risking my license and my money so they could get a free lift I didn't care one way or another about. Roughly as follows, paraphrased because it was years ago, but they were both in on it. I'm not moving the car unless the belts are on. I've been fined once before, not doing it again. I told you I don't do seatbelts. Dad's okay with it. I'm not, and you, son number 2, yours on too. Not moving until they're on. Do you have any idea how dangerous they are in an accident? I blink. Son 1 then puts his behind him and clicks it in. No, the belt goes around you. Doesn't count. It'll turn off the alarm. Go, you'll see. We need to get going. We can when you put the belt on. I don't give a flip about the alarm. I care that it's a $600 fine if you two don't have belts on. The other son says, "Come on, we'll be late." Your flight's not for another hour and a half. Belts on. Son 1 then calls his dad, complains we've stopped, and dad asks why. Son 1 explains, then his dad tells him to just put the belt on. Son 1 says okay, but didn't notice I'd heard his dad's side of the conversation too. And he said his dad says I need to get a move on. Not until the belts are on. This goes back and forth to the point I will be late to work if I don't get going. Son 1 is all, "Fine then, turn around, I'll get dad to drive." Belts on then. "No, I've told you already." Then we're not moving. I get out my phone and browse idly, showing I'm not moving until their seatbelts go on. Son 1 phones his dad again. His dad sounds really pissed, but agrees to pick them up. Both sons get out, take their bags. One slams the door and boot, and I drive off. Choosy beggars left behind. I get to work, then get a phone call that son 2 left his main luggage in my car, and they want it dropped off at the airport urgently. They're flying out soon, and they need it now. I tell them to get a taxi, and I'll meet them out back at my work. They decide to argue it's my responsibility to get them the luggage, and again, argue the point. Half an hour later, one turns up in a taxi to get the other's luggage. I should note here, I really don't know these guys well at all. I know one's name for sure, and I think I know the other, but I might have him mixed up with a cousin from the same suburb. Later that afternoon, I get a phone call from their dad that I've wasted his son's tickets. They weren't able to fly out, couldn't rebook quickly, and they'll miss half their vacation time now. And it was all my fault for stopping for so long. I tried to explain as clearly as possible that I wasn't going to risk another huge fine and piss off my employer just for the inconvenience of a couple of ungrateful idiots, but ended up just hanging up on them. I'm still friends with their mother, who was the original friend of the family, but things are a bit strange between me and her husband and sons. I wonder how well the no seatbelt strategy would have worked once they got on the plane. Sir, we need you to put on your seatbelt before the plane takes off, and if you don't, we'll have to remove you from the flight. Our next Reddit post is from FW Toxic. Hello, I'm interested in your newest thumbnail. How much does it cost? Hi, it's €5. Can you send it to me for free without the watermark? No, sorry. I spent a good 1 hour and 30 minutes to make it. Plus, the watermark is for people not to steal it and claim it as their own. Well, I can't pay now. I could pay later. And could you change the color from blue to red? 1, no, sorry, you have to pay now. 2, that would cost a little bit more. Wow, you selfish freak. Only doing this because of money? Shame. Just give it to me for free. Nobody would want to buy this. Our next Reddit post is from Maple Syrup 420. So, my great uncle was a super cool dude. Air Force, worked on the fire service and on the rails. Took a 1929 car and redid it when he was 80. Basically, every little kid's dream because of his stories and stuff. Anyways, my great uncle had began to have health issues in his older years. This made him less active and therefore at home more, which made him grouchy. His wife and kids began openly discussing in front of him how they couldn't wait for him to die, how they wanted him gone so they could sell off his stuff for money, how they knew they had a big inheritance waiting for them and they wanted it ASAP. Well, I'm sitting there in the other room next to Uncle hearing all of this, and he turns to me and just goes, "That's what they think. Minute those cretins started wishing me dead, I rewrote my will and none of them are in it. They have money. I'm giving my wife enough to live off for 1 year, and the rest is for my funeral and to charities of my choice." Well, Uncle died later that year at 98 years old. It was a poo storm because everyone was expecting to get hundreds of thousands each, and there wasn't one of them who got $1. My great aunt got something like $5,000. The kids didn't get anything. He bought himself the most expensive casket the funeral home sold and a mausoleum for just him. I love that man. Man, with several hundreds of thousands of dollars, I think he could have built himself a little miniature pyramid like the emperors of Egypt used to. That was r/Choosingbeggars, and if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel and check out my merch store with the link down in the description.